What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna try to teach you how to stall on a rail. So my board's a little bit cracked, so I'm gonna try not to break it, but I want to stall on this rail kind of like I'm doing a board slide, but then kind of pop off to one side. So a few years ago I made a video at this park doing a lot of different stalls on this rail. Again, my ligaments in my ankle are not quite strong enough to really do all of that, but I'm gonna try to actually stall on this rail. So you wanna come at the rail at a slight angle, and when you get about here, if you have enough speed to get on the rail, ollie, turn your shoulder, land right there. You don't want any rails on the bottom of your board, and you don't want a bunch of wax on the rail because you'll end up sliding out one way or the other depending on how you're leaning. A really flat board's gonna be good for this. If you do have rails, you might want to put them really close together, because if you were actually going to pop out of it, you kind of have to have the curve of the board or a little bit of board on the side of the rails just to be able to get that pop out. So if I want to come out this way, the same way I got on, I'm going to turn my shoulders the way I want my board to go, and I'm going to lean, and as I lean, I'm going to put weight on the back of the board, lift up, kind of on the back heel side part of the board so that my wheels and truck don't touch there, because if it's the other side, they'll still touch. Just kind of lift it up, turn it, fall, and roll down the ramp. The reason this is a good spot for this is because you've got a low rail like this, but you've also got kind of a mellow bank to land in, so you don't have to land in a steep bank, and it's easier to land in a bank than to do it on the flat ground because it looks better, because when you land, you actually roll away. So you can see I'm really using that rocking pressure to kind of like dip down and then pop up, almost like a lever, like I'm doing an ollie. So it's up, pop. So before you learn to do this, you definitely need to know how to do a board slide on the rail. If you can't board slide the rail, this is harder than a board slide. Also, practice it on a ledge like this, because when you ollie up onto a ledge, you're really secure and locked in, and it's a little easier to turn your shoulders and pivot off of the ledge than it is the rail. With the rail, you got to worry about balancing like this. With the ledge, you're locked in and you can just turn out. But the rail has a little more leverage to really pop out. So you can also do this going over a rail. So it's a little easier to do this at the edge of the rail because you don't have to worry about getting your back wheels over. So when you're on the edge, you can just kind of move your wheels that way. You don't have to really lift them up as much. So if you want to do this going over, I'd suggest doing it at the end at first. So yeah, you just roll towards it, ollie, land in the middle, and then as soon as you get on there, you're going to put weight on your front foot, lean forward, and lift your back truck and back wheels up, turn your shoulders all the way, land. You can kind of pivot it the rest of the way at the end. If you're doing it in the middle, you have to really lean towards kind of your toe side. If you're doing it this way, your toe side of the board this way, and forward just to make sure you don't clip. If you're leaning towards the heel side, you're turning this way, you're going to clip those wheels. So there's a few other ways to pop out of a board slide. So a rail like this, you can get into a board slide stall. You can pop out on the same side you were on. You could pop out on the other side. If you're popping out on the other side, you're kind of dipping your shoulder down like you're turning backside, and just the same thing, just lifting your back wheels up. You're going on your toes on your front foot so that those wheels don't hit and you're falling over. So after you're really good at just coming off the rail, you can learn to pop into a 50-50 or a Smith or something like that. The Smith's probably the easiest if it's just a stall. You're just putting pressure on your front foot, lifting your back wheels up, going on your toes on your front foot, and shoving that truck right in there, locking in, and then you come out on this side of the rail. So then after that, going into a 5-0 or a 50-50 is the same thing. You just, as soon as you get that back truck on, you lift your front truck up and set it up on there, and it works pretty good. Also, you know, you can do the shove it off one side or the other. So with that, you're doing the same thing as when you're lifting up off the rail, but instead of turning your shoulders, you just kind of flick your feet like a little scissor kick, like you're doing a shove it, and yeah, throw it off the side. So yeah, I hope that video was helpful to you guys. If you enjoy this kind of content, scroll through my page, check out my other videos, and hit that subscribe button because I got a lot more videos to come. Thanks for watching.